Well, welcome back. What's the crack? Kieran here. Come on in now. You're very welcome. And I'm going to make a quick painting today on a little piece of card, A4 card, standard. No fancy shit happening here. Just in and out because I don't have a lot of time today. So I just got to fucking horse a bit of paint down. And again, you can see what's in front of me there. Four colours. And these are probably the most used colours I've used so far this year in 2026: teal, navy, fluorescent yellow, and white. I don't know why as you can see there, that painting behind me and a lot of paintings lying around have these colours because that's just the vibe of the colours this year. I don't know what it is. They're bright, they are soft, calm, relaxing colours, and it's been it's overall a relaxing year so far for me. So I'm going to keep to the colours. If the colours are keeping me calm, then I'll keep using them. Although there will be madness coming down the road, and look, I will welcome the madness when it comes, and then I'll dip back into the calm when the madness is gone. Because look, there's nothing wrong with a bit of madness every now and again, and especially this type of art. I never know what I'm going to make, but they're weird. They're definitely abstract, and they're probably a representation of me all over, just confused. Just fucking don't know where they're going, but have a fucking bit of crack, 20 minutes of absolute wild crack, and at the end of it, you're smiling and you're laughing, and that's probably me summed up to a T. So look, close up here, look at the mix of this, unbelievable. Like the yellow and the white and the teal, it's just fucking hell, it's unbelievable. Probably my favorite word to describe these paintings. Just the palette knife, the texture, the kind of the marks that the palette knife can make running these colors over the page. I mean, I never get bored of it. The first time I did it, I'll never forget it. And the first time I didn't have a palette knife. I had a regular old garden trowel. That wasn't even mine. It was the landlord's in his shed, and I just fucking went in there digging one day and found a dusty toolbox and whipped out these garden trowels, and they're fucking unreal. So these palette knives are basically, they're makeshift garden trowels. Really, they're class. And look, as you can see here, it's just unreal. The mix, as you catch the paint and move along the page, it just mixes unreal. And it's just something something you could just please. I mean, like fucking hell, it costs you a tenner. Go out and get some paint, a plastic palette knife. I mean, I'm always shouting on about it in the workshops. And look, my intro into this was €2 shop crayons from the Euro giant, Port Arlington, County Laois. Like, I'd walk down there during COVID and spend €4 on a pack of crayons and a fucking little, what you call them, notepads, like a sketchbook. €2 all they cost. And it's just endless crack, and just, if you're willing to make marks and scratch down a few shapes without a plan or without a, I suppose, end goal, like, you're going to have some crack. That's why I latched onto the abstract art early, because like, I used landscape, tried all that crack portrait, and like tried to make them as weird as possible. It wasn't until I started to use the blindfold and to close my eyes and to let subconscious take over, kind of start creating in an automatic way, and what's the word? Like, in a I suppose unthought way, you without using any kind of processes or I don't know. I think for anything I read from a book or anything, none of that. There's none of that involved here. This is all just pull the inside out, get onto a page, and fucking just horse through it. And look, you can see there now. We're not even 5 minutes in, and we have a background that is colourful and vibrant, and it's just, it's fantastic. Throwing down a bit of white here now just to kind of brighten it all up a bit. And that's basically it. Like, again, like, I do these daily paintings, and they're just, I don't always have the time to do a big fucking huge joke on campus. Like, could I be arsed doing that every day? No way. they take so much out of me, and well, fair enough if it's a commission or whatever, then I'll spend a bit of time. But these little the daily paintings, as I said, they're like little journal entries. I fucking have to do these or I'll go spare. Oh Lord, I go mad. And look, it's like eating well and running and being outside and fucking snorting grass. It's just something that I has to be done. I have to do this shit for my mental health. If I don't do it, oh, I'm up the wall. So look, um, it's just it doesn't have to be anything, and it's not anything crazy or life altering. It's just in and out. And again, like the paintings aren't always they're not always unbelievable, but it's just I don't give a shit. Again, these aren't for anyone. They're for me. They're get in, they get out, scratch the itch, keep the demons at bay, keep the therapists at bay, and plow on with your day. And again, I've an evening there fucking coming up. I've matched there junior C, and I'm out like so. I don't have time. I'm just in here now. 20 minutes, get it out of the way, get it done, make something weird and wonderful, unique and personal to me, and then I'm done and I'm away with it. I'm happy out. So that's it. 6 minutes in. Look, thanks man for joining me. I actually got a couple of DMs because I share the videos on Instagram where I have most of my following. Got a few lovely DMs there to say that they're enjoying the commentary, which is lovely to hear. And look, again, I don't know how to I don't know how to describe or how to describe these paintings other than they're just my madness and they're just loose and wild, and coming in and inviting you in to see the whole process, zero to finish, is something that I'm excited to do because again, this shit I do this stuff in workshops, warm up paintings on A4 cards, spend an hour doing shapes and making scratches and marks, and just opening up the kind of abstract world to you. And I'm doing it here now on YouTube, and it's amazing. And look, it's the paintings are bright now, they're vibrant, they're kind of you know they're on par with how life is at the minute in the summer. My Jesus, the garden is. I am just outside all day, every day in the garden. We brought in the first of the peas there this week. The strawberries are getting hopped out. The peas and the strawberries are like things that, and tomatoes. They don't even come in. They don't even make it to the plate. I'm out there in the morning, water and everything, and I don't water the strawberries because I pick them, eat them, bring in what I don't eat, and then I water them. Oh Lord, if any gardeners out there telling me I'm wrong through that, but fuck it, like same with the peas. Peas are just one of life's pleasures. Is just growing your own peas, clicking them off the plant there, and absolutely 3, 2, 1 down the hatch. 5 or 6 peas there in the pod. Unbelievable. Actually, this paint now, I'm looking at this close up, kind of looking like a pea plant. Fucking hell, it's gas, isn't it? And yeah, so the garden is getting just, well, at the minute it's getting fucking pounded by the good weather. But sure, look, what can you do? Only water in the morning and water in the evening, and praise Jesus that we don't lose any. We have lost a few bits of lettuce and that, but sure, what can you do? Like, everything's vulnerable in this weather. Like myself, can't walk down to the fucking shop without fucking keeling over or needing to hide under a tree for shade. But proper order, we're fucking Irish. 29 degrees is not an Irishman's weather, I tell you that. Absolutely shook to the back book going around, but it's not going to complain. And look, I'm using the Liquitex pipettes here again with the fluorescent yellow and pink. Because look, again, as you can see there, contrast. I love throwing down like lovely white, teal. Those acrylic paints I use were lovely complementary colors. They're nice and soft, but now hit with that zing of pink, and it just makes it kind of pop. The contrast of the kind of that kind of sharp pink on top of the white and the light teal just makes it kind of interesting. And look, as you can see there now, something's starting to happen now. The painting has got to a place where, all right, there's something happening here now, and it's always an exciting time. I'm just dabbing a bit of baby wipe. It's kind of that I use to kind of clean my fingers and the palette knife. I'm just kind of running that across the paint. And again, it just gives it a bit of a texture. Just makes it interesting. Like, I don't even know what to say other than it's weird. It's something, a texture that you can't create with a brush or a palette knife. It's just looking around you in the room. What the fuck do I have lying around here that I can use to make this Jesus paint more interesting and more alive? And there, look, you can see it's drying in the window now, which is a great thing with this weather, having a kind of dry layer. And you can see it; it's all scratched and yeah, it's just this kind of surreal looking layer. I don't know, and the wet baby wipe with the paint is just, yeah, gives it a kind of a pop. I'm just running the palette knife over now while it's dry, just if there's any, if there's any kind of loose. It's just about when the paint is just about dry, but it's almost hard. It kind of forms a crust, and I like to run that over the paint. Talk about fucking autism! I am absolutely riddled with autism. I'd say, oh Jesus, but you're not coming after me with your fucking spectrums or whatever you call them, because I already know I don't need the diagnosis. But yeah, that kind of crusty, not fully dry but not exactly wet. I love running that across the paint because it gives it again. It just make the fucking thing interesting. Uh, give it a bit of a pop and a kind of a talking point. And when you take a picture or you post it online or you show somebody, you're like, how the fuck did you do that? How long do you have? You know what? I don't even know what you call that. The half dry crust. It's just something that I suppose the years of painting that I just noticed that I love that bit of um almost dry paint. I love to run across the paint because it gives it just a bit of an interest and an intrigue, and it's weird, and it's fucking hell. There isn't enough weird. Like that's why the abstract stuff is great because it's you look at a paint like I've stood in front of landscapes and portraits, and look, they're great. They're amazing paintings, and people love them. They're personal to people's location, and we're very parochial here in Ireland. Like, and people love to see, oh, yes, that's the round tower there. Isn't that lovely? And I'll get a print of that. And I stood in front of them, and they have their place. But like, it's the weird and odd and surreal stuff is the stuff I love, and I buzz off. And you know, I stood in front of Tony O'Malley did abstract series there, lad, artist from Kilkenny. He's dead now, but I couldn't leave the exhibition. I fucking loved it, and I'm not really that interested in art or other artworks or anything really, but I do have a few favorites. Tony O'Malley's abstract stuff is so it's just funny. Like, it's weird. They're like it's like a dance. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. There's like choreography in the paintings, the way he moves around them, and when I look at them paintings, I can picture myself doing it. That's why I love it. Because I can just see the artist like dancing around them. That's why I like these paintings, because like I'm moving around this, and I'm getting physical with it, and that's all the type of creation that I love, and yeah, it's great. So look, it's getting a bit kind of rough now and rugged. It's kind of not as it's not as soft anymore. So it is what it is. Like, look, the paintings go wherever they go, especially like I don't always. That's probably one of the downsides to not having a plan is like they're not always they're not always going to be fucking unbelievable paintings. And look, again, as I said, I don't have a lot of time today. I'm playing a match later, and look, I'm just getting in, moving colours across the canvas or across the page, and seeing what happens. And then look, in and out, and you're out of there. And as I said, this kind of painting is starting to look a bit rough now, and it kind of looks like from this kind of shoulder view, kind of like a garden scene. I suppose maybe something peas, eating the peas outside. I mean, anybody out there that likes to paint garden abstract stuff can tell me, or anybody that eats peas, it kind of looks like I'm buried in a fucking pea patch there, and I'm trying to find the pods, and I'm absolutely starving, hanging off the cliff, hungry there after cutting the grass all evening and watering the Tuscan kales, and I'm not going to make it back to the kitchen, so I'm pulling pea pods over my arse there to eat them. So yeah, and look, if you made it this far, again, thanks a million for stepping inside my studio with me and following along this journey, this painting. Again, I'm using these pipettes. I absolutely love them. And again, I've already threw these down on a layer, and that layer is dry, and I'm going over again, which is lovely. I love doing that. And yeah, especially in this weather, we get to, you know, abstract art, layers are important to build, your interests, and to build your kind of, you build your idea of what you have as you're moving along. It's nice that those initial layers are starting to dry up for you. Because again, if you don't like how it's looking, you can just absolutely look in and out, horse another layer down on top of it really quickly. And again, I always say this in the workshops, like, start light. Like, I'm going really light here with the paint. So if you're not really enjoying how it's looking, just start light, go soft, and you know, let the paint kind of talk to you. Let the kind of connection of the paint and the surface, let that kind of breathe. And as the paint is drying, you'll kind of start to notice things at the edge of a shape, or how the colors are connecting with each other, the blue and the teal and the navy. Why are they working there? What is fucking happening there with those two colors? I don't know what it is, but I like it. And I'm going to go hand in here now, let it dry a bit, and then I'm going to maybe work a bit more into it and see what I can build on top of it. And I love that. That's what I love about the abstract stuff. So look, this is starting to take some wild shape. Uh, Look, it's kind of, I'm giving it a bit of a dab there. That kind of gives it a kind of a grainy texture, kind of like you throw a load of rice at it or something. It's mad. So look, I'm kind of letting the tissue kind of hang, like I'm not kind of, I say this in the workshops, like uncontrollably controlling it. Like, I'm just letting it fall and sit, and that whatever is wet on the tissue, whatever way that lands, pull it away and just see how it looks. And look, again, fuck it, if it feels good, do it. Like, and I always, like, if I'm enjoying, a type of, if I'm painting with a tissue paper of these pipettes, I love doing it. It feels good and it looks good. Then I keep fucking doing it. I don't overthink. I don't overthink a lot of things in my life. I'm not thinking, man. But no, so yeah, again, I'm just, just using colors that I love, and that are in front of me, and they're accessible, and move across the page. That's all I'm doing. And because we're terrible, like in Ireland, we're fucking so. We're self-deprecating in a kind of a comedic way, but we're also fucking terrible for negative self-talk, and especially, like, I see it there every month when I do the workshops. People are like, "Oh, I don't know, hey, what is it?" Like, "Oh no, it's terrible, it's shit. I don't like the colours." Fucking get more colours and keep going. Like, don't be fucking telling yourself that it's shit. Like, don't worry about it. Just drive it on, like. And yeah. So look, well, like, what is a bad abstract painter? What shit? This is your time. This is your expression. Like, fuck's sake, just, I get so thick sometimes when I hear people talking about themselves and their art that way, and even just in their lives as well. Fuck, drives me demented. Like, Jesus Christ, we don't have long, like. So just fucking don't be worried about it. Stop. You don't need to be telling yourself that this is shit and I feel bad about that and don't worry about it. Just fucking plow it on. Come on, get going here, make some art. And again, look, I'll keep fucking harping on this for as long as I have breath. Just try and make some art if you can. Get creative somewhere. Get out there and get a pile of stones and just fucking make them into a shape or something. Just do something that takes it out of yourself for a few minutes a day. And look, you'll go a long way to feeling better, I'll tell you that. And look, in terms of negative self-talk, how is this paint looking? I'm not going to say shit, but I don't even know where. Like, look, it's great. I kind of feel like sometimes when I'm making these paints, I just have blackouts, out of body experiences. I kind of go somewhere for half an hour or whatever. And next thing, I open my eyes or I come back into the room and, like, what the hell just happened there? And look, I'm actually really happy with how this painting is starting to look. It's kind of dominant with the teal the teal and the fluorescent yellow mixed together is a lovely colour. I don't know what you'd even call it, but it doesn't even matter what you call it, but you know, it's really nice. And look, that's basically it. 20 minutes deep, in and out, wham bam, no messing around, no overthinking, just make a quick painting. And look, if you've made it this far, thanks a million. And look, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 before the end of the year. Subscribe and drop a comment, and I will chat to you soon. All right, good luck.